It's Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. I'm glad you're with us. Our guest, Joe Buscaino, he is a member of the Los Angeles City Council, recently joined, and I want to speak with you about what's known as redevelopment. Yes. As you know, California had this tool whereby certain property tax dollars could be taken into a fund of redevelopment. The California Supreme Court recently upheld the elimination of redevelopment. Right. So city councils don't have that tool anymore, and I know San Pedro, was using it pretty mightily.
We were, especially in Wilmington and San Pedro. We had some plans in place, but I have the confidence in the committee that was formed by the governor. We have our local kid, Tim McCosker's on that committee, a member of 3, and we're working with Tim to let them know what our priorities are and moving forward. For in case the San Pedro, we have the historic Warner Grand Theater that we're trying to preserve, and part of those dollars, part of the CRA funds was to help restore that.
You seem pretty optimistic about the future of redevelopment, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not.
Well, let me tell you why.
Right.
We have waterfront development.
You do.
In San Pedro in the harbor area that's going to put people back to work and weed our way out of poverty. I share the story as a police officer. I've arrested drug addicts, prostitutes, gang members on a small street in downtown Los Angeles called Francisco Street.
I know the street.
What's there today is the LA Live.
Right.
And what it's done is weed our way out of poverty, put people back to work.
But we don't have the tool anymore. The city doesn't have the ability to incentivize private developers with dollars, tax incentives, tax credits. We have no tools. So. What is Los Angeles going to do as the largest city in the state to try to create a formula whereby the city can act as a positive force to create catalytic consequences through redevelopment?
Well, you know, it's being vocal, being visible, and working with these developers wanting to invest in Los Angeles. I also work the streets in Hollywood. What Eric Garcetti has done in Hollywood is amazing.
See, that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example of where redevelopment worked. Like there's plenty of places where redevelopment was abused, golf courses, whatever it may be. But Hollywood, you know, downtown San Pedro, San Pedro. So, are you, your fellow council members, are you working with your colleagues in Sacramento to try to, at some way, revitalize redevelopment, create a different formula whereby cities, counties will have a tool to use to incentivize private development?
We have to.
Right.
It's, again, with high unemployment rate, with poverty rates in my district, especially in Watts, we need to really partner and promote Los Angeles in my district.
But do you believe that the governor is in a place? I mean, he's really proud of himself because he wanted redevelopment gone, and he got the California Supreme Court to vote 7-0 in favor of it. Do you really think he's going to come to the table and say, okay, we eliminated redevelopment, we saved $5 billion from the budget deficit, let's create another version?
No, obviously, it's the governor's not going to do that. It's pretty much his way, and that's what the CRA is not. It's gone.
It's gone.
We can't delay the funeral here. So what do we need to do? Look at what's available. If we look at the waterfront, LA historic waterfront, and making it a destination for my district, and making it available to everyone across the state, across the world. Because look at other ports across America. It's a place to visit, and what better way to weed our way out of poverty and put people back to work and help with the revenue than the waterfront development.
The great news about the ports is they are just exploding in terms of development. The Middle Harbor project, which is part of the Long Beach port, but you're twin ports anyway, so it's all good. So that is exciting.
We just broke ground at the downtown San Pedro Harbor. The USS Iowa's coming to town. Crafted will be opening at the end of June. So come visit us.
Of course. His name is Joe Buscaino. He's a member of the Los Angeles City Council. My name is Brad Pomerance. Thank you so much for watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.
Thanks, Brad. Thank you, sir.